Howard B. Wigglebottom learns to listen. During this story time, instead of listening quietly, Howard bounces around the room. Howard B. Wigglebottom, please sit down and be quiet and listen. But Howard doesn't listen. Howard B. Wigglebottom, you're bouncing too close to the fan. But Howard doesn't listen. Oh my goodness, look what happened up here. At lunchtime, his friends try to warn him. Hey, Howard, watch your step. But Howard doesn't listen. After lunch, Howard's friends try to tell him something important. Blah, 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 is all Howard is hearing, as you can see right here. But Howard doesn't listen. So I'm going to stop here for just a second. What do you think his friends and his teacher, all these people are feeling when he doesn't listen when they talk? I hope you're thinking about this story as we read along, and think about our classroom. And do you sit and listen? Do you listen when your friends or when your parents talk to you? If not, I bet you can guess how they're feeling. On the playground, Howard's teammates try to help him. Keep your eye on the ball. Howard! Boink. But Howard doesn't listen. In the art room, the teacher reminds the class, kids, try to keep the paint on your paper. But Howard doesn't listen, so the teacher asks him to take a timeout. He feels sad. Howard doesn't like being alone and in trouble. He thinks and he thinks about his day. Howard makes up his mind. From that moment on, he will try very hard to be the best listener he can. The next day, Howard does listen during story time. He waits for his turn to talk, then asks a question about the story. I want to take a second. I want you to go back. I want you to look at the teacher's face here and here, and even his friends' faces here. How did that change? Do you see how everyone's happy and everybody's smiling and everybody's paying attention? We only have one right here that's starting not to pay attention. Howard gets a big star because Howard is really listening. While walking home, Howard uses both his eyes and his ears to help him stay safe. Howard is really listening. When Howard gets home, he listens to his mother. Please hang up your backpack and clean up your room now. Okay, Mom. Howard is really listening. So Howard gets extra time to play and have fun. Awesome ears, Howard. Howard B. Wigglebottom is really listening. Time for a bedtime story. Please brush your teeth first, Howard. Almost all of the time. So he finally does learn how to be a good listener. So today, I want you to be a good listener. I want you to think about these ways on how to be a better listener. Number one, they give us a sit quietly. And we know when we're sitting at school, we sit crisscross applesauce. Maybe you're sitting that way now while you're listening, or maybe you're sitting in a nice comfy chair. Either way, as long as you're sitting quietly, because you can't understand the story if you're talking instead of listening. Use both your eyes and your ears to help you listen. Please don't interrupt. Wait your turn to talk. Try your very best to understand the person speaking. Ask questions if you don't understand. Pay attention. That means be alert and really know what's happening around you. If you can do these 6 things every single day when you're supposed to be listening, when you're listening to Mom, when you're listening to Dad, Grandma, your friends, even your teacher, Mrs. Gross. If you listen to all of us, then you too will be a better listener, and your days and your free time will show it. You might even get stars or good notes from me, but I bet the best way that you will find is that you will have less tags taken and you will get lots of compliments and smiles. So we all need to be better listeners. When someone's talking, make sure that you listen. You're watching with your eyes and your ears. And I know you can do a great job. Today I would like you to listen very carefully as I go through the instructions and the lessons in our e-learning, our remote learning today and throughout this week. Good luck. Remember, if you have any questions, please email me because I can't help you if I don't know you're having trouble. If you're having trouble with your iPad and our 3 ways to problem solve doesn't work, remember to call the tech department, okay? All right. I will see you soon in our next video. I miss you already.